And this piece is social commentary and satire, and it's called When the Red Hats Came to Chicano Park. The red hats are coming, the red hats are coming. That was a word on the deep dark web. A web more tangled than the one we've spun as a society, as a country, unhinged, undone. Deeper and darker than that of the deep state, the deep fake. Darker than your darkest dreams, your darkest nightmares. A world of false narratives and mass hysteria in the form of mass deportations, all wrapped up in the fascist wet dream called Project 2025. Yes, the red hats are coming to Chicano Park, but unlike in April 22nd, 1970, there is no Mario Solis going door to door to warn the residents of Barrio Logan. The red hats are coming all in the name of 45, the one they call the chosen one, coming to disrupt our way of life, to provoke, harass, to desecrate, to denigrate, to piss on our murals. And yet we are the vermin, we are the poison, we are the venom in this country. Okay, but if we're seen that way, just know that the venom will be used as such to deter, to defend ourselves, to defend La Tierra Mia. They came bringing their seeds of hate into our sacred soil. They came in the form, the guise of something called a patriot picnic, pretending to break bread with their patriot this and patriot that, with their patriot pizzas and their patriot Pepsis, and even their patriot pupusas for the 46% of Latinos that voted for Trump this year. Which begs me to ask, just how did we as a proud people go from Caesar and Dolores yelling Viva Kennedy in the 1960s to Chicanos now yelling Viva Trump? Just when and where did we lose our way? When did we give way to this generation and those Sabo kids and let them hijack the culture? When was that precise moment? The moment where today's those Sabo kids officially became tomorrow's Latinos for Trump. They came with their rage, their hate, their privilege. They came drinking the Kool-Aid. They came asking, hey brother, have you had your red pill moment? Nah, brother, I don't do red pills, I do blue pills, 100 milligrams. But this dysfunction's not of my design, but yet of things I cannot define. The rise in rent, the senseless wars, the mass shootings. And despite clinging to those weapons of war, they came with their hypocrisies, with their Psalms and their Johns and their Joshua verse 1:9s. But do they really practice what they preach? Well, Papa, don't preach to me, because my God and your God are not the same. My God believes in acceptance, so women's right to choose. My God doesn't believe in bombs and borders and walls that stirs divisions and separate his children. They came. You know, when the immigrants came to this country, the government shipped them out on planes, trains, and automobiles. When the Red Hats came to Chicano Park, the residents came together to send them a la chingada. Thank you very much.
Yeah!
This next gentleman just asked me to present him as a poet AF, and that's all you need to know. Please get up for Bear.
They want us to believe that we ain't nothing. Well, they're not wrong. We ain't nothing. Like the truth ain't nothing. Like the truth ain't nothing but the truth. We ain't nothing but a bunch of spoken word poets. Now, a few have accused me of being a teacher, and others have even gone so far as to call me a friend. But I'm just a punk, half-breed, recovering drunk trying to hold up my own end. And they tell us to hold our fire, but we can see the whites of their lies, printed right there in our textbooks, framed by the red and blue of the powers that be, the same ones that turn the letter X into a commodity, and the indigenous nations into a mystery. So now from sea to shining sea, we have kids who can't even cross their own hearts or dot their third eyes, so they can't even recognize that their spirit is being bled into a bottle that will soon be spun. No one. And whenever I question why we're stuck in standardized tests, I'm told to just mind my own P's and Q's and just keep on marching to their tune, like I'm supposed to be strapping on army boots when I should be marching with 1 million men and women and trans folks down that historic route, so we can find the story's roots before they just traded in their red coats for blue. And they have the nerve to carve the conqueror's faces in Mount Screwmore, overlooking the spiritual significance of the incomplete Crazy Horse monument, pointing towards unfinished business about ancient tribal societies when it was all about family and metaphor was reality. And we all understood that trickster coyote, well, he might have busted some double talk, but it wasn't until the Great White Father showed up that everyone started speaking with forked tongue. Now, we need to spread the word. Then maybe they'd learn how to use their chromosomes like algebra and biology, where X plus X equals life and breath. Y and Y only make two things, Jack and... But Jack is still so obsessed with his own candlestick that he doesn't recognize there ain't no trick to getting Jill up that hill, because no matter how nimble he is with his skills, he's just too damn quick. Quick to play the rabbit by the trouble him. But I guess that's how it goes when you're forced to grow on recycled poetry and pre-owned prose like, MTV selling out women to Starbucks, spending our straw into their gold. And so wisdom is imprisoned in old folks' homes, so children have sleepwalking through Santa Dreamcast instead of casting their dreams into every grain of sand, so while their thumbs go numb, entire oceans spill right to their hands. But there has got to be a way to save the day, even if the Aztecs and the Mayans saying that Atlantis kind of way, that we only got a few years left, we have still got to end all this stuff. And we learn our ABCs and 1, 2, 3s because once we have the propensity to see that there are far more than just 3 wise men and women and trans folks who deserve to be heard, that history will be alive and well and living in spoken word.
How's it going, everyone? My name is Montezuma. I come from the Kashka Nation, and I'm here to share some words with you guys. How's everyone doing, man? Yeah. Come on. All right, so I'm gonna start with my first piece. It's called Lord of the Flies. If you guys are familiar with the book, you might pick up on a couple things. Someone once told me, bees don't try to convince flies why honey's better than shit. But the last time I checked, I'm a fucking human being. And you guys don't look like flies to me. So I'm here to tell you to be all you can be. Understand me? Life is beautiful and you are a marvel. One breath today and then we're gone tomorrow. Not here to tell you about honey and shit. I'm here to tell you to follow your dreams. Whatever it is, make it your life and sacrifice everything. And if I were to talk to the bees, they would call me the Lord of the Flies, whispering to the children of civilization's demise. All of us lost on an island, confusion, chaos, and fear, anxiety and depression, and no way to get out of here. So fuck superstitions, fuck all religions, a jack in the box of a Catholic prison, a confession booth of indigenous children, and bodies from Indian missions. All this belief just to suffer and smile, just to wait until death for paradise, child. Not for me. Paradise is here on earth. The earth is the church. Living and breathing, I pray to her. So till we free our minds, I'll be Lord of the Flies, whispering to all the children for civilization's demise.
Yeah!
This is, my next piece is called Chicano Forever. Do you stay Chicano forever? Is there a next phase to this decolonizing? Am I already the Indian or just a recovering abuser? Still learning the ways. I look like Tenemasle, I think like Montezuma, I talk like Nezahualcoyotl. I don't pledge allegiance to any flag, and I could care less that the radio station is playing the Mexican national anthem. That's propaganda paid by the settlers who rule. And when I explore my mother's roots, I guess you could say I'm Salvadorian too, but I don't wear the white or blue. I'm indigenous, and I've been Mexican since 1821. My ancestors became Salvadorian about the same year, but I've been native since time immemorial. And when my bones are discovered by civilizations long after everyone in this room is gone, they won't say they're bones of a Mexican or a Salvadoreño or a Latino or a Hispanic. They'll say these are the bones of an indigenous person. It's in his DNA tucked right beside the repeat 9 allele, where my mother left it. Just like her mother, just like Obdulia held the seed of Pablo to make Gustavo, and Gustavo met Zuma to make one seed and then made Montezuma. Half Kashkan, just another Las Nahua. So do I stay Chicano forever, or is there a next phase? It seems like I'm waiting to get out of this place. I'm at a bus stop with no map to trace. And when I look at history books inside the schools, I wonder to myself, what makes the Native American different from the Mesoamerican? Why are the histories taught as one and the same and then split? Is our blood now invalid? I can't wash this European off of me, forever to be associated with the blood of rape? Is it the line drawn on these apartheid borders? Is it the broken treaties? What about the American Holocaust? the one that continues to this day, displacing natives from their lands after you extracted their resources. And so we march, whether on the Trail of Tears or on the trains called La Bestia. We, the Indio, travel through Mexico facing the unknown, sometimes assistance, other times discrimination, from people who look like us too, separated by a poisonous patriotism to a settler colony. What makes the Indio different from the Mestizo? The blood that they did not choose, the eugenics they did not ask for. Your grandmother did not have blue eyes. Instead, she had a nopal en la frente. Get it? So I tie the flag around my waist and I jump into the American fire like it's September 13th, burning up everything I used to be. Baptized by the ashes, I come out of Phoenix, bright colors on my face, covered in feathers, born from the living work of those before me, an evolution of what used to be. So I ask, do we stay Chicano forever? Thank you.
The Aztlan Youth Brigade, right? Good, give it up for him.
Yeah.
Buenas tardes. I'm here to just share one piece. Poetry is kind of like my guilty pleasure. I don't really like sharing it, but I thought I'd challenge myself to share at least one piece. This piece is a tribute to my father. It pays homage to his journey as an undocumented person and how that influenced my journey. It's called Radicalized. Mi papá me enseñó a ser un guerrero. With fear filling his veins, he looked at the migra and said, "Pinche bola de culeros." Memorize your mother's phone number, he said, because those green and white trucks want to see people like us dead. My dad's habit of reminding me to call him by his fake name at work seemed unnecessary, but as I grew older, I understood his fear of a slip-up was nothing more than hereditary. He told me that if he was kidnapped by the migra, he might as well be 6 feet below. His distaste for that border was something that I would soon grow to know. The border that kept my father from saying goodbye to my grandmother is the same wall that would yell at me and label me as a quote-unquote other. No dejes que este país te devore, me dijo. Vas a querer ser rebelde porque tienes mi sangre, hijo. Because of my father, I march and I scream. Because of my father, liberation is alive and well in my dreams. Because of my father, I'll someday go to Cuba and pay my respects to Che and Oshun. Because I know the over-consuming nature of revolution will overcome me soon. Because of him, I read about Marcos in Chiapas, my chest crossed with leather and bullets like Emiliano Zapata. I'll read Sitting Bull Speaks to my children as a bedtime story, as a reminder that we don't fuck with that old glory. Mi padre en su propia forma era un guerrillero, y con un apellido como Arreguín, él me enseñó a ser un pinche guerrero. Thank you.